Ooh.
Under Billingsgate Fish Market, the beginning of another Arctic day.
Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Garrett.
Hello.
Oh, you don't wear gloves, I don't know how.
I keep my hands in my pockets all the time.
Tell me about this place here. What is it? Is it a warehouse or what?
Oh, it's a cold store there. It's more of a convenience for the market to put their goods down here.
Yes. What,
We
they bring
freeze
it to
all
you?
They bring it to us in their fresh state. We freeze it and store it away in their blocks, and they use it throughout the year.
Tell me, what's the temperature here?
It's now 40 below freezing point.
Is it
That would
really?
help you a lot.
Why put it right down to 40 below freezing when they're going to freeze equally well just below freezing, say 10 below?
It freezes it quicker.
How long a period can you stay in here for?
Pardon?
How long a time
Oh,
can you stay down?
I think you can
This
do it
looks like
for-
an ironing board. What is it?
It probably is an ironing
A
board.
chopping block.
No, it's turbots laid out there.
Are they
for-
2 turbots?
Two turbots, about 12, 14 pounds each.
What
This is
else?
a nice one. See if you can put that one up your coat, you can have it.
Promises, promises.
£8 salmon.
Isn't that a beauty?
What would you sell this for on the retail?
Oh, well, no, we wouldn't sell it at all. We'd just
Excuse me, Mr.
Look
Garrett,
in.
would you let's have your salmon back?
take one there. for the-
You wouldn't sell that?
No, we're just custodians of people's goods.
It seems to be all salmon. Do they
But
sort of
it's mostly
specialise?
salmon now because we're in the salmon chamber. You go to another chamber, you'll have soles and another one turbot. It all depends on the flood of the fresh fish. If they get a glut of turbot, then we'll have an awful lot of turbot there.
Yes.
Awful lot of halibuts.
It seems very haphazard, but obviously it isn't. You've got a system for knowing exactly
Oh, yes, we
who's-
know just exactly where it is. Each fish is tallied, as you can see. It's a small tallies on
There's a-
these, for instance. A yellow tally there for one customer, a red tally for another one,
And the pink.
and a pink tally there.
And they're generally in blocks. People don't come down with individual fish or anything, do they?
We can do it, but they don't really. It's mostly bulk stuff that we do.
In the same place under Billingsgate, they make these giant-sized ice lollies to pack the fish in.
Spiro, how long does it take to freeze one of these blocks?
Oh, it takes about 24 hours.
24 hours?
Yeah.
And what happens next? What is this actually for?
Well, we used to take it upstairs
Yes.
for baskets upstairs.
What, for the fish to be packed in?
Yeah, that's right.
Now this is going to collapse, is it?
Yeah.
There she goes.
Old wines have always been matured in old cellars. Patrick Grubb is the director of a wine importers, and his cellar is under London Bridge Station.
Mr. Grubb, being under London Bridge, don't you get all the shutters making the bottles break, and especially all these old ones here?
No, we've been very lucky, really, because we don't get... It's so thick here between here and the railway line, we don't get any vibration at all, or very little.
These bottles are terribly dirty. May I take one down?
Yes, do, but mind your hair, you get filthy.
How many years have these been?
Oh, they've been here... Some of these have been here a long time, but others are... They're all samples from bottlings of various wines. We always keep something as a reference.
Oh, I see. They're not
And,
actually wine for
they're
sale.
not for sale, no, no.
Oh, well, I won't
I won't buy any then.
Yeah.
And what about these?
Oh, these.
Are you going to
these
tempt us?
Why not? I hope you like rosé, do you?
I do. And is this a good one?
Well, you see.
Is this where I spit it out?
Well, I hope not, if you like it. Drink it. It's a rather nice colour, eh?
It's delicious.
Some people are frightfully worried when they go to restaurants about swirling the wine round. You think it looks frightfully pompous, but in fact you get
What, in
a
the
good
glass,
idea
you
of
mean?
how it smells, yes.
What sort
then
of
you look
smell
at-
should it have?
Well, it should have a nice, clean, sort of clear smell. And then you look at it against the light, candlelight's best. And it looks bright and sharp looking. And you taste it. That rather horrible noise
Very professional
is
voice.
is to draw air into the mouth, so the air gets in with the wine, the oxygen,
Yes.
and that throws out the full bouquet and the full flavour of the wine, and you can get the full benefit of it then.
It's a fallacy that you spit it out then.
Well, I don't always know, but,
Not in the present company.
but if we're tasting 30 or 40 wines,
Then
especially
you
when they're
do.
young wines, and if you drink a lot of young wine, it ruins your stomach, so you can't drink too much. It's all tannin and acid.
How would you
So you had to
define a
split it up
bouquet
there.
as such? Bouquet.
Well, this one, I think you taste this now, you'll find there's a very pronounced bouquet on this one. This is a Sauvignon. So-called because it's made from the Sauvignon grape, and again comes from Loire and is bottled
This
in
seems
France.
to give much more noticeable smell than the rosé.
Much stronger, isn't it? Much stronger. Well, the rosé is not a very expensive wine, and this is a bit more expensive, but I think I personally find it my favourite of the Loire wines we have.
This one?
This one, it's got
Yes,
this lovely
I
sort of
prefer this.
pungent nose, lovely strong nose, and it's dry, but it doesn't seem to be too acid, you know, when you taste it.
There's no year.
No, none of these have. We're finding now more and more that we're shipping wines without vintage. They
So
just
it's
have
more like a
non-vintage
plonk,
wine.
really?
Well, plonk with a difference.
No,
Plonk
but I
with a
mean, I always think that if one hasn't got a year on the wine,
No,
then
it's
I'm
not.
blind
It's
plonk.
not. Yes, not so. I think if we had a vintage wine from made from the Sauvignon grape, you wouldn't taste much difference between this and the vintage, actually.
For centuries, Britain was the biggest importer of continental brandy and fortified wines. In the vaults under the old St. Catherine's docks near the Tower, they had lock-up cages in which they kept the casks, among other things. Hi, Liz.
Hello, Douglas.
Come on in.
It would be you, Douglas.
Pardon?
We know we're under the docks, and we passed a whole lot of crates and old bits of metal on the way down here. You're going to tell us that this is the merchandise vaults where they used to store it for the ships.
Well, it's the human merchandise vault. In fact, this is a dungeon we're standing in now.
Really?
This is where they shoved the London convicts before they sent them off to be transported to Australia. And after that, you got battened down in these ships. You know, hundreds of you in the hold, maybe in irons, with a 6-month voyage in front of you. And it's pretty miserable for those that got left behind. You know, the wives, the broken families.
I imagine
destitute.
it must have been ghastly.
In fact, the other day I came across a case. A man called William Sykes, just an ordinary chap, had a devoted wife, 4 children. And he went out poaching rabbits one night with his mates, and he didn't get any rabbits, but he got the gamekeeper. And in return for getting the gamekeeper, he got 14 years transportation to Australia. And he went out there, he did his time, he never came back, he died. And years afterwards, they found this kangaroo skin purse behind a cupboard. And in it were these letters that his wife had written all through this time. And it shows the whole the whole wretchedness of the business. They're very touching, actually. I've got them in this book. Have a
You've
look.
got them there?
Yeah.
May I see?
Yeah, sure.
Dear husband, I write these few lines to you, hoping to find you well as it leaves us at present. We received your letter dated 12th of January, and was I glad to receive it. I don't doubt you have not wrote many letters that I've never heard of. I once was 3 years and never had a letter. Your relations said you was dead. I went to the town's hall and asked if they knew whether you was dead or not. One of the police said he heard you was dead. I put the children and myself in black for you, and my little Thurs went in deep black. Then I heard your sister Elizabeth had got a letter from you. Dear husband, I can't express myself, but I hope to see you once more seated in the corner. I will do the best for you if it comes to pass. Some days I feel pretty cheerful, and others very sad, but I think it's owing to my age. My dear husband, I send my dearest, dearest love to you and all the children with thousands of kisses and love. Wish we meet again. Oh, that we could in this world. Oh, isn't that sad?